Forget your overpriced multi-tool. This World War II pocket core beat every modern survival gadget. The most dangerous lie in modern survival culture is that you need more gear, more steel, more features, more money. World War II proved the opposite under fire, mud, hunger and freezing rain. Long before marketing departments told you survival comes in titanium and carbon fibre, soldiers carried something brutally simple, brutally effective and brutally honest. A pocket core. No hype, no branding, just survival distilled to its rawest form. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This old-school setup still outperforms most modern survival tools today. This isn't nostalgia. This is hard-earned wisdom paid for in blood, cold nights and empty stomachs. Why World War II soldiers trusted simplicity over gadgets. World War II soldiers didn't have the luxury of gear failure. When something broke, there was no warranty and no backup. What they carried had to work every single time, under stress, in darkness, and often with numb fingers. The pocket core wasn't a single object. It was a mindset, a compact collection of essentials chosen because they solved problems, not because they looked impressive. You know, modern survival tools, well, they try to do everything. But back in World War II, gear was all about doing just a few things, and doing them perfectly. Fire, repair, navigation, sustenance, and a silent utility. At the centre of it all was fire, always fire. Matches, carefully protected from moisture. Ferro rods, even before anyone gave them cool names. Fire meant warmth, cooked food, sterilized water, and honestly, morale. Soldiers understood, plain and simple, that without fire, survival time shrinks fast. They didn't rely on just one method. Redundancy mattered. If one failed, well, another took over. Next came cordage. Not paracord with marketing labels, but real utility string. Strong enough to repair gear, set snares, reinforce shelters, or, improvise splints. A few meters of good cord could solve dozens of problems quietly and quickly. Blades were simple. No serrations, no folding gimmicks. Small, sharp, and easy to maintain. A blade didn't need to look intimidating. It needed to cut cleanly, sharpen easily, and, well, never lock up when dirty. Soldiers carried tools they could trust, even after crawling through mud and rubble. Why modern multi-tools often fail where the pocket core wins. Multi-tools promise everything and, well, deliver compromise. Hinges clog, springs weaken, fancy mechanisms snap under cold or grit. World War II soldiers avoided complexity because, complexity fails first. The pocket core had no moving parts where possible. Less to break, less to maintain, less to think about. Survival under stress is really about cognitive load. When your heart is racing and your hands are shaking, simple tools just outperform clever ones. A wire, a blade, a spark. No decisions, no instructions, just action. The pocket core was modular. Lose one item and you weren't finished. Modern tools often fail catastrophically. One broken hinge and, well, half your tool is useless. Silent survival mattered. Noise gets you killed. This was understood deeply in World War II. Pocket cores favoured quiet solutions. Wire instead of snaps. Knots instead of buckles. Blades instead of saws. Even opening food or repairing gear was done with minimal sound. Modern survival gear often ignores this. Ratchets click, metal scrapes, and tools announce your presence. You know, World War II soldiers treated silence as protection. It's a lesson still relevant today, whether you're in the wild or an urban disaster zone. The pocket core wasn't about consuming gear. It was about extending its life. Needles and thread were common, not fancy kits. Just enough to repair clothing, webbing and packs. A repaired jacket in winter could mean survival, and a reinforced strap could keep equipment functional for months. You know, this mindset is really missing today. Modern gear culture, well, it encourages replacement. Back in World War II, survival culture demanded repair. That's why pocket cores included tools that actually fix problems instead of just masking them. Maps, compasses, and the ability to read terrain. World War II soldiers didn't rely on electronics that failed in the cold or rain. Navigation tools worked as long as the Earth existed. No charging, no signal, no updates. This wasn't romantic. It was practical. When technology failed, fundamentals remained. The pocket core always included something that pointed the way home. Why this still matters now. Disasters don't care how modern your gear looks. Power grids fail, supply chains collapse. Weather doesn't negotiate. The same problems soldiers face still exist. Cold, hunger, disorientation, injury. The pocket core solves these without relying on fragile systems. It also fits anywhere. A jacket pocket, a pack corner, a glove compartment. You don't need permission to carry it. You don't need a special environment. It's survival you can actually keep with you. The real lesson World War II left us. The pocket core wasn't about tools, it was about thinking. Choose items that multiply capability. Favour reliability over novelty. Practice with what you carry. Understand why each piece matters. Well, survival isn't bought, it's built. Modern tools aren't useless, but you know they should serve the pocket core mindset, not replace it. Strip survival back to the essentials and you'll find World War II soldiers already mapped the path. They didn't survive because they had more gear. They survived because they carried the right gear, knew how to use it, and trusted simplicity when everything else failed. That's not history. That's a warning and a blueprint. If this opened your eyes, well, you're in the right place. This is 0 Hour World War II, where we cut through myths and dig into the lessons written under real pressure. Subscribe, share this with someone who thinks survival is about gadgets, and stay ready. History already showed us what works.